Hello, hi there. So, welcome. What I wanted to do was just to take about 10 minutes just to walk you through doing a little sort of crochet fun that's kind of a bit more arty than normal crochet, because what I tend to like to do is to just follow lines from nature, sort of like kind of definitely not geometric or symmetrical. So personally, I'm not going for the sort of perfect look, although I suppose nature is a bit perfect, but so it's just kind of like more organic. So it's the kind of thing, if I'm going on a walk or somewhere, just little lines from nature, either of the path or things that I see along the way. I really like working with this kind of 2-ply yarn, and I recommend you getting something for crochet a bit like that. When you get your crochet hook, now you might have one, you can get them from budget stores for about 90p, and that's fine. You might go on to other sites and you can get a selection for about £10. Obviously, if you use like a wider hook, then that is going to give you much bigger holes, and the whole look of it is going to be just a bit looser. On the other way, if you went even tiny, I mean, that's going to be like for a thread, look beautiful, but it's going to take you a little bit longer to sort of get that going. Something in the middle is quite nice, because that's a 4mm. I tend to go 6mm because they're a bit easier to work with, still be quite neat, so you get the best of both worlds. So that said, this might be a bit basic if you're a pro, but if you just fancy trying something new, then let's dive in. So we're going to just start with a basic chain. So you get some wool, and then we're going to just tie a knot. Woo! Very basic knot in it. So you've got your loop there, okay, got the loop. Right, now I'm going to use a big thingy jiggy just so it's easier to see. Pop your crochet hook through the loop, right up to the top there. Rest of the cord goes around. You can bring the extra bit with it. So we've gone around it. The bit that we've gone around has gone on top. So the loop we made is on the bottom, okay? And then with the hoop, we're just going to pull the loop that we made first over the thread and then pull it tight. So that's the first chain. You can now do anything in crochet. You've done it. That's it. That's all you need. The rest is just a bit of imagination and figuring out. So let's do it again. Bring your work down a little bit. Loop over with the thread like that. The thread you've just put around goes under the hooky bit, and then what's underneath goes over. Yeah, pull it tight. Bit you've done goes beneath, loop around into the hook, and then bottom bit goes over. Okay, so when you get into it, relax, then you can just be a little crochet machine and just keep going around, over, around, over, around. I hope you're doing it with me. Yeah, I hope you're doing it with me, she says, looking stern. That's my art teacher's stern face. Not really. So, the plan is, if you think of it, this bottom chain that you're making, that's kind of like the pizza base for anything you want to make, because you're going to go back along this chain. You can imagine how you could do that, because it's all going to be down to you at the end, right? You're the artist. So you can go back down into this and loop into these holes and then make more chains coming out. So that's kind of basically how I start if I'm going to do something. Now you can make really lovely scarves out of this. You could make a little bag even. I mean, the thing is once you start doing chains, it's nice. Then you sort of think, well, how do I progress from this? Well, that's the thing. You can either go back down along through this to make it thicker, or you can make chains coming off it, or you can make loops. And that's kind of what we're going to do today, because we're going to celebrate colour, because colour is beautiful, it's everywhere. And we're going to make a beautiful colour flower, and then that could be used as a hair clip, it could be used as a bracelet, it could be used as a motif on a bag, it could be used as a brooch with a pin, could be used as a necklace. So depending on the colour you've picked and the type of wool or yarn or thread that you've got, that's going to give you the texture that you're probably looking at. So if you've got any flowers around you out in the garden or a plant, then have a look at that and the different lines on it. Okay, now there we go. What we're going to do is fold it into a loop. So loop it around here to make one of the petals. Yep. So where you want the loop to go, just put your hook in, just squeeze it through there, and then just do a simple chain stitch, so that you have now got, out of your chain, you've just folded it back on itself and created the loop at the end of the chain. Okay, so do that again. So here's the chain that we made, right? Bring it back on itself so that you're making a loop. So basically the two chain meets, and then with your hook insert it through the bits you want to join, basically the bits you want to join together, like skewer them on a skewer. Yeah, you can see that. And then there's the loop. Then with the chain, it's secure, get the thread around, and then bring that thread all the way through, and then just do another chain stitch to secure that. So we kind of have now a little few petals there, which are cute. So I do vary the size of the petal so it looks quite organic. Another chain coming through. So skewer the two bits you want to join together with your hook. And then if you're working tight, sometimes it's hard to get the crochet hook through. You can sometimes change sizes of crochet hooks if that's easier. You don't have to stick to the same one. So all the way through, thread around, loop it through. It's just that basic chain idea, isn't it? That just keeps coming through. Okay, so let's just see where we're at. We've got a few little petals there looking a bit raggedy. The one petal looks a bit big, that one, the first one I did. So I might just bring that in again, so you can join that petal bit there to the stem there. Okay, so with the hook we go through the two bits that we want to kind of join together. Again, it's fine if it's a little bit, you know, crazy, because that's what we're going for here. Now that's the basic structure. We've got the stem and then the petals here. So I want to make the stem just a little bit more stronger. So I'm going to go down with the chain stitch through it. So basically the hook is just going to go through each hole in the chain. Through each hole in the chain, thread goes around the top, bring it through, and that way the bottom of the piece, the actual stem, is going to just get a little bit more width to it. Basically, that's it. That's all we're doing there. Popping the crochet hook into every hole on the chain, putting the thread around it, and then creating a little flower. So when you want to tie it off, all you need to do is to get your scissors, to lop off the bottom bit that you don't need anymore because you're cutting it loose from its thread, and then just tie it in there. Okay, now you can add some more detail to this by going in with some yellow stitching here, and maybe you could put some sequins on, or add a few bits of even other colour crochet. You can come in with another chain and kind of just add a little bit of shadow to it by working, just, you've made the chain and then you're just weaving it around what you already have done, and that's a really nice effect to create a bit of drama to it as well, and stitch that in. So there you go. That's just basically a pretty little flower to wear. You can have it like a little brooch, or you could even have it like a armband, or even kind of like a clip or a headband. Something pretty just different to wear. Hope you've enjoyed that. Go for it if you're really into crochet. Why not use it as a really lovely way of making some pretty things for yourself? And you know, a ball of wool is about £4, so it's not, you know, it's going to be cost effective. And like, here's something I'm working on for a really big shawl, and I think that's just like going to look really quite nice over, you know, red dress, something like that. Be unique, be yourself, and whatever you want to do today, just let's celebrate colour and create something quite pretty and unique for you. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate that. And if you've got any comments about any of the work that I've made, I'd love to hear them. Here's to you.